Hello everyone. So I thought I'd do a video on how to set up the manual pitch control on your Taro gimbal, because it's honestly not very simple and not documented well in any of the manuals that I've seen. So hopefully you'll find this video useful. In this case I'm using a NASA MV2 and I only have a DX7 with 7 channels. So I'm going to be taking advantage of the pitch and roll that comes out of the NASA's F1 and F2 channels and controlling the manual pitch with just this knob on my DX7. If you have a DX8 or any other transmitter that has more than 7 channels, you don't have to route your signals through the NASA. You could go straight to your radio receiver if you like. So in this case, for the NASA V2, F1 and F2 are used for the gimbal pitch and roll. And let's see. For the manual online, F1 is for roll and F2 is for pitch. And then if you look at the Taro manual, where was that? Thought I had it open. There we go. Looking at the Taro manual, actually this might not be the manual, but this is from RC Groups Online. There's going to be a 3x3 grid of pins coming out of your Taro, and what you want are the T and R pins, which stand for tilt and roll. T goes to your pitch, R goes to your roll channel, and you just want to pick one of these negative lines to go to ground on either of your channels in your radio. So in this example, it's set up for channel 7, channel 8. Since I don't have a channel 8 on my receiver, I'm just using the NASA's F1 and F2. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Looking at the wiring on here, so T and R, gosh, I don't know if you can see that. T and R are the top 2 pins in the upper right corner. So I just ran single servo wires to those, the blue and the green. And those are going to my signal pins for F1 and F2. If you're using an 8-channel receiver, make sure those 2 wires are going to your signal pins for channel 7 and 8. Then for my ground, I picked the pin off of the very bottom right corner of that 3x3 grid, and I just took a regular servo connector and ran that red wire to the ground pin. That same wire goes to the ground on my F1 port. So you can see that right there. So that should be it to set it up. For the wiring, once you have that done, you need to go into your Taro firmware and make sure you're running 1.3, the latest firmware version, and set up the pitch control to position mode. Now, some people have found an issue where once they activate position mode in the Taro firmware, they can no longer manually adjust the home offset position for roll and pitch. So, you know, if your roll's off in the home position, and normally you'd go into your firmware and type in 2 or 3 degrees and hit reflash, that won't do anything once you're in position mode. Being in position mode totally disables the home position that's programmed in the software. So you really need to set this up with either channel 7 or 8 or channels F1 and F2 on your NASA so that you can control the home position through the radio or through your NASA settings. So what I'm going to do to adjust my roll is, once I have this set up, I'm going to go back into NASA's software and adjust the gimbal settings so that the gains are at 0, because I don't want the NASA telling the gimbal to rotate left and right when the quad turns. But I can use the Naso software to adjust the home position, and that's how I'll actually get my tarot to adjust its home position for pitch and roll. Okay, hope this video is useful to you guys. If you have any questions, please post in the comments, and I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. Cheers.